Hello, I'm going to do a quick video here about my culling process. I've already taken all the images that I took for the challenge, and I've separated them into these folders for each part of the challenge. I've also gone through and just cut the ones that fell into a couple of categories. So the ones that were just obviously bad, I cut all the ones that were overexposed or just like white, or underexposed, just black, because I had messed up the settings when I was taking them, or that were just really, really blurry, and I wasn't going for that because of either focus issues or motion blur issues with settings again. I also have gone and cut um, some that were of my students from camp, or that were of my family from the reunion that I went to, that I took just to take them, but not for this assignment, like group pictures that I took of students, or pictures I took of my kids that were just for memory's sake, but I wasn't actually trying to capture something artistic and or for this challenge. So I've already done that. Let's pick here. I'm going to go through. I've already started on large depth of field and a couple of attempts to do this video and messing up the video. So let's go into large depth of field. So this first set of images here, there was 7, 8 images from at the school when I was there late at night before I went to camp, and the buses were out there underneath some lights, and I really liked the light, and I wanted to kind of capture that quality, and so I thought I would use a large depth of field to kind of capture the pole and the bus and everything in one shot. There were some of the buses from far away with some silhouetted trees that did not turn out well because I think my tripod was faulty, and it was like the camera was slowly moving over the 30-second exposure. So I deleted them out. Then we get to these ones here. I haven't actually deleted any of them, culled any of them yet, because I this one, I like the colors on it. I like the fact that the sky is not overexposed, but I do feel like it is kind of too dark. Um, Whereas if you compare it to the other two, they're much lighter. They're not so dark. But the sky is a lot brighter. I don't think you get the same quality of the sky you did in the first one. So I'd like an outside opinion on those. So I want to show them to somebody before I cull any of them. Um, and this one is just a single picture that I took when I was doing all the uh, shallow depth of field pictures, and I was looking at the trees and like having one part of the tree being in focus and the rest of it all blurred. I decided to really quick just capture one of these where the whole tree was in focus, because it was pretty interesting, and I like the crispness of the focus. I like how simple this image is, so I'm saving it for now. For the sake of time, I'm going to pick just one composition from some of these images over here and go through it and see what like cull that composition. These are all the rest of these images are all kind of my ones that were inspired by the work of Sally Mann from the photo game. I saw her images and her really taking these beautiful pictures of her children, and it made me think about when I went to college. They told us in our my photo classes explicitly, don't take pictures of your kids, don't take pictures of your dogs. Like, we don't want that sentimental attachment to it. We want you to separate from that. And so I did when I was in college. But after seeing Sally Mann's pictures, I thought, there is space for that. There's room to do something like that. And so I did. I wanted to take some artistic pictures. So let's take a look at this kind of section in here. Some of them my son, some of my daughter, but they're all on the same log right next to the river there. So these first ones here, they are not as overexposed as the last ones. So let's take a look here. This is nice. He's looking away, completely looking away. It's kind of getting in there still here. I like this here. The water's being trailed. I think so far this one of him is my favorite. Um, Reaching the end of my time. Um, yeah, if I take a look at some of these last ones, they ended up getting very overexposed, which is unfortunate because this one, I really love this composition. But hopefully that gives you some insight into my culling process. I didn't actually get to start culling this last set, but that is where we're at with this. This is how I'm going about my process.